video, we have seen some mathematical commands, notations, etc. In this document, let us look at some lists. So let us make some lists. Suppose first I want to make a bulleted list. So let me make a bulleted list. For that, we have the command /begin itemize. For each entry, I'll be using /item. Please note we have included the package AMS math. So let me just write first item /items second. We add another third item. Okay. Now if you execute it, this is your list, bulleted list. Okay. Now suppose I want a numbered list. Let me copy this. Now instead of itemize for a numbered list, we use enumerate. And let's execute. And you can see the number hasn't taken. Now suppose what's the use of this? It's a long list and I remember I have to add another item here. So I want to add something before the second entry which I did before. Now I don't have to worry about the numbering. I just add the item and I execute and the numbering has been taken care of. Wherever you add it, it gets its position. Now suppose I want a nested list. All we have to again do is just include it at the position we want. The layout, the numbering is taken care of by LaTeX itself. So suppose my nested is here, just to show you that it's coming out nicely. Now look at your nested list. I just told that I want my items to be here. So the numbering, the layout has been taken care of by LaTeX. So you can make your list like that, and it's very helpful because you can keep making changes without worrying about the numbering. Okay, next let's go to matrices. Let's make some matrices. For matrix, our command is begin matrix and matrix. So let's begin matrix and matrix. The columns are separated by ampersand and the rows are separated by double backslash. So suppose my matrix is A, next column B, next column C, next row is D, E, F, G, H. Okay. And I execute. Okay, so you get your matrix here. Now I should have included some delimiters. So let me copy so that I can show you the difference. So if I delimiters we discussed in the last video, so left and right. And now if I execute, you can see a nice matrix with your delimiters. Now suppose I'm working with an arbitrary matrix. So in that case, I'll be using ellipses. I've already written the code. Let me explain it here. So these are my delimiters. Now suppose I want to write ellipses like this. In the matrix, you use /c dots. For vertical, you use v dots. For diagonal, you use t dots. So in this way, you can make matrices according to your need. Okay, next let's take care of some tables. How to make tables. For table, we have the environment begin tabular. Now in case of tables, we need to specify the alignment of the columns and how many columns do we need. So suppose I need 3 columns and all of 3 to be center aligned. So I specify it here. Now I write the contents of the table. So suppose my table has first column serial number and is for the next column name and say age, next row. Similarly, we'll just make like matrices we did. Let me add some entries here. Okay. Okay, let's execute and see how our table looks. Okay, so this is our table. Looking at the table, we realize we want names to be left aligned, not center aligned. So we can make the change here. So my center column should be left aligned. And now you can see this. Also, we want to have some lines between the columns. So you add pipes here. And we can have the pipes here. I want lines like this, horizontal lines. So that is H line. So you can, the way you want your table, you can design your table like that. And the LaTeX will take care of the rest. So we can have line at the end as well. Okay. So this is your table. If you wish to have lines between, you just have to add here. And you can have your lines here. Okay. Now let's take up equations. For equations, we have the command begin equation, end equation. Please note equation is taking care of the mathematical mode. I'm not including equation in mathematical mode. Okay, so suppose let me write the equation fx is equal to say x plus a into x plus b. Okay, let's look at our equation. Sorry, fx is equal to. Okay, so this is our equation. It is center aligned. LaTeX has taken care of that. It is numbered. It has a number. Now let me write few equations to make some things clear. So I'm just copying paste. Let me just take F, G, and H. Okay, so let's execute it. Now these are our equations. They have been numbered. They are properly aligned. Now let's label them. Why do we need to label our equations? Because we might be calling them somewhere in our document. So I don't have to worry about which number was given. I'm not giving the numbering. So whenever I call these equations, the numbering is also taken care of at that point. So suppose my equation is the equation of H is at number say slash EQREF. EQREF is for calling my equation H. I don't know what number is there. This will be automatically generated. Let's have a look. Is at number 3. Now for some reason, suppose I had to change this equation from here and I had to move it here. There was some reordering. Now I don't have to worry about this number. Otherwise, for any other document, I'll have to change this manually. But here it will automatically change now because my equation for H is at 2. Now this has been changed. So this is very useful when I'm writing thesis or papers. I don't have to worry about the numbering. Okay, now suppose I have arrange equations of multiple lines. For that, we'll be using align environment. So again, begin align. Okay, let me write say fx is equal to something x plus a into x plus b. And I have another line to this equation, say x square plus a plus b into x plus ab, and now I execute it. So the numbering part I can always curve. Otherwise, you can see now my multiple line equations are all coming in a nice format. Otherwise, I'll have to change the layout and everything. They take care of that. If I don't want the numbering, all I have to do is put star here. It will not be numbered. You can take care of that as well. Okay, now suppose I want to put my equation in a box. So let me copy an equation here. and I have to just write boxed and my equation in the brackets, and you can have your equation in a box. Suppose I want to write a piecewise function, which we often use in various papers in mathematics. For that, we have the command begin cases. Let me show it to you. So suppose I have to write ux equal to, now I have cases, so begin cases, and say x square, and text is if x is less than 0 and it is x. In the next column I want, this is the alignment which we require, if x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, let's see this. We should not leave a space here. Okay, you can see this. So they are aligned. This is my piecewise function. So accordingly, you can make your functions, you can number them. You don't want numbering, the numbering, it can be labeled and called in your document. Thank you.